morning. Making my coffee. It's about 3:15. Getting everything ready. Get out of here by 4. Have 11 miles to Abol Bridge. Be in Baxter Park. Get on that list to be able to stay at the Birches tonight, hopefully. And summit Katahdin tomorrow. But for now, coffee. Hear those moose sounds? Been hearing them all night long. This lake must be full of them. And I'm going to be walking in the dark for a couple hours. A little disheartening. Don't want to run into a moose in the dark. But they must be everywhere. I'm surprised I still haven't seen one. Can hear them all night long. Very beautiful, peaceful sound. Sometimes I'll hear 2 or 3 of them. Getting started right on the nose at 4 o'clock. Have 11 miles to go till Abol Bridge. I might hit Rainbow Ledges, which is a ledge that I think overlooks water and Katahdin. I might hit that right at sunrise. That would be cool. Crazy the sounds coming out here today. The moose, and there's some other kind of bird or something that I keep hearing that I have no idea what it is, but it definitely sounds like I'm in the jungle. It's pretty cool. Love this time of morning. Very peaceful. Getting that first couple hours in the dark. Had to get fancy. Fancy's not the right word. Have had to get MacGyverish with my charging. I didn't know if I had enough juice in my headlamp, so I'm using my portable charger to charge at this morning, and I used the flashlight on my phone to light up the inside of the tent. Never thought of doing that before. There's a pocket up at the top of the tent, so I just turned my flashlight on and put the phone up in the pocket. So it was like a dome light. Worked out pretty well. I still have 2 dots left on my portable charger, so I should have enough to charge my phone one more time. And if absolutely necessary, and if I cannot get on the list to summit Katahdin tomorrow, then I'll have to summit the next day. I should be able to still get 2 days out of it, because I'm barely using it. I'm really only using it for video, and that's it. So I'm using about 50 to 60% of it each day, which this is probably very boring talk, but this is how my mind thinks, with stats and numbers. So it gets about 4 full charges on that portable charger. So if I'm only using 50 or 60%, you would think, oh, that gets you 8. But so far, that theory is working, so I think I'm going to be good, because obviously I want really good video of Katahdin for y'all. But right now, walking in the dark, getting myself to Abol Bridge in Baxter State Park, and gonna enjoy this nice, cool morning. Even though it was pretty warm yesterday and the day before, woke up yesterday pretty warm, probably about 75 or 80 yesterday for the high. It's only 40 degrees right now next to this lake. And this lake lasts forever, by the way. The last 11 or 15 miles before Baxter State Park, it seems like everything is called Rainbow. There's Rainbow Deadwaters, which is ponds. There's Rainbow Ledges. There's Rainbow Lake. Kind of funny. But anyway, enough talk. start the walk. That was corny. Corny's what I do best. All right, well, let's get her going. I just got water out of a crappy little stream with little minnows and larvae in it, mosquito bugs all over it. I just filled up water because I thought that was the creek I was crossing, and this is the creek I was crossing, like about 40 or 50 feet further. Oh well, that's what they make filters for. Water's water at the end of the day. And that was the last water except for lake water until Abol Bridge. There's a spring way up there, but it's kind of dried up or just dripping from what I've seen on comments. So this was kind of my go-to that I needed to make sure I had enough water to get to Baxter State Park. So I did. Minnows and larvae and whatever else, or not. It's all water. Swampy. That's a heck of a place for a blowdown. Oh boy, I can't really reach that. Actually, I think I need to put the phone down to do this. So I didn't really have to put the phone down to get over that log, but I did if I didn't want to fall in the mud, because it was very wet mud underneath that blowdown, and they had rocks kind of in weird places where it wasn't necessarily helping get good footing to get over the log. So I had to put the phone down so I could grab onto the log and push it down as I was getting over it. Didn't really have to put the phone down, but you know, I don't feel like getting muddy, especially at 4:30ish in the morning. Nah. There's one more view of Rainbow Lake. Walked about 3 miles, just now coming to the end of it. Little outlet, a little beach, rock beach here. Looks beautiful this time of day. Beautiful. Standing on top of rainbow ledges. Absolutely beautiful up here with the fall colors. Oh my goodness. not really a summit, just the ledges of Rainbow Mountain. It is stunning. But I'm going to call it out anyway, because I'm 6 miles from Baxter Park. And Rainbow Ledges is in the bag. Oh my. That, ladies and gentlemen, is Mount Katahdin. I will be climbing tomorrow. I'm coming for you, Mount Katahdin. There's been little views here and there of Katahdin over the last day and a quarter. And I've been trying not to look, trying to abstain from looking, because I knew what would happen. And sure enough, I turned that corner and I seen Katahdin staring down at me with that sunrise in the background. The tears started to well up. My soul began to jump and tingle everywhere in my body. Mount Katahdin is just another mountain that I have to climb. But obviously, there's something special about the last mountain of this journey. I'm a total of 21 miles from the summit right now. 6 miles, actually a little less than that, from Baxter State Park. The journey is coming to an end, and the feelings and emotions are welling up inside. It's been a heck of a year, and it's going to be a heck of an ending. I stuttered out when I said ending, and I think the reason is because it's never an ending. It's always to be continued. Always. This chapter may be closing, but another chapter is starting. This is so annoying. It doesn't look like what it is on camera, I'm sure. It's just so intertwined, my feet doesn't fit between them. I have to find the right spot where my foot could get in there, or step on top of them. And then, that either moves your foot to the left or to the right, depending on where you're stepping, or forward or backward. Meaning you just don't get a good flow with your steps and your pace. So annoying. Maine is just full of roots. I'm joked about Massachusetts when I went through there. Yeah, this definitely makes a Massachusetts not look like it's very rooty. Nah, it was still definitely rooty, but this is insane. Sometimes you just want to go fast. Like, I want to get there so I can get on this list so I can summit tomorrow. And it's like the trail just stops you from being able to freaking move. It's annoying. And I'm freaking hungry, so I got some hanger going on. I can't wait to get up here and eat. Oh my goodness, I might eat the whole store. Regardless if I can go in and summit tomorrow or if I have to wait till the next day, I'm gonna eat like a king. Well, I don't know about a king, but that's gonna depend on what kind of food they have. But I am going to eat. That is for sure. I think I got about 3 miles to go still. Hey now, this is more like it. Could have used this a couple miles back. Or about 9 miles back. coming really close to Golden Road. That's where it goes for about half a mile from the forest to Abol Bridge, which is where the 100-mile wilderness officially ends and Baxter State Park begins. The trail has definitely gotten cruisier. So I know from that I'm at the descent that I'm going to be, or the altitude, I should say. Should be no more descending, and just a couple tenths of a mile to there. And then 6/10 of a mile from there to Abol Bridge, which is close to where the kiosk is and the sign up for the Birches shelter area, which is where Thru-Hikers would start their ascent onto Katahdin the next day. Hoping I'm not too late. It's going to be about 9 o'clock. It's 8:45 right now. It's going to be about 9 o'clock when I get there. 5 hours to do 11 miles. It's ridiculous. Just a slow trail. Oh well, what can you do? Hopefully there'll still be some spots. If not, there's other options. I can actually camp up at Abol Bridge, close to the store. There's a campground there, which is where people would camp, you know, to get on the list the following day, or people that got in late. I'm obviously not getting in late, though. I'm getting in early. So obviously if somebody's getting in at 3 or 4, that's automatically where they would go to camp for the night. I am. But my other option would be that I can stay up there in the campground tonight and just leave there at 4 o'clock in the morning and summit tomorrow anyway. I would just make the summit 5 miles longer, but I'm fine with that. I like to get up early anyway. I mean, if I did that, that would make it about, I don't know, 14, 15 miles, something like that, if I did that. And that is only 2 or 3 more miles than what I'm doing today anyway. So obviously there's a big climb involved. So it would be a little slower track, but goodness, this was pretty slow itself with all the rocks and roots. But anyway, getting ahead of myself because I might be able to get on that list and they might be able to find a place for me to camp up there, even if it's not in the Birches with one of those other campgrounds, because they will try to help out the Thru-Hikers get in as soon as they can. So that's the plan, and then eating a lot of food, get some good calories into me. All right, next stop, Golden Road. Golden Road and the 100-mile wilderness is in the bag. Oh my goodness. Wow. Mama K. Here at the general store inside Baxter State Park, right over here. Just got done eating a sub, a family bag of chips, and 5 big donuts. 5 out of 6. I didn't eat. I gave the other one away. That was nice. A couple cans of Mountain Dew. Carrying out a Mountain Dew and a Yoo-Hoo, and carrying out nutty bars, crackers, donuts, everything to get me through tonight and tomorrow. Was able to getting in this morning, I was just eating before heading out again, but was able to get the last, it was actually not the birches, but there was one camp spot that opened up in one of the other campgrounds that I was able to get, and it could sleep 4, or it has room for 4 tents. So Rob is in my vicinity, and he was in the same place last night, so I knew he would be right behind me, and then a couple other people that I've been around for the last few days, which is Tudor and Granny. They were able to jump on that, not thinking they were going to be able to get to the summit tomorrow. So us 4 got that last spot. We're getting ready to walk over there now. We'll be summiting tomorrow, baby. Gonna walk through Baxter State Park here, get some really good views, go get the permit taken care of, and then go set up tent, get a really early start in the morning. It is hot out here today and dry. Feels like the desert here in Maine. But you know what? I'm climbing Katahdin tomorrow, baby. Yeah. Walking to the camp, and here's another water crossing up here that goes right next to Mama K with even better views. I'll zoom in here once you get on this bridge. Freaking awesome. Gonna be climbing that thing tomorrow. Look at those beautiful fall colors below it. Oh yeah. I'm coming, Mama K. So after that beautiful view of Katahdin, there's a kiosk where you sign in. It's where the ranger normally stands for the through hikers to find out if they could go to the birches or a different campground like where I'm going to be going tonight. And then I make the trek up to Katahdin Steam Campground, which is, there's another ranger up there. He's the one that gets paid and gives me the 1-day permit to climb. It's a free permit. So for those of you who are going to be through hiking and you're confused about this whole system, don't worry about it. I'm actually going to do a video after this is all said and done on the process and how it works. That way you don't have to be too confused, because it's a little overwhelming the way they do it, but it's really simpler than what you think. So I'll go over that in a video at a later time. For now, just know I'm walking to my campsite for the night. Actually, I'm walking to a different campsite to get the permit and to pay for the spot, and then walking to my site to set up for the night, get some good rest, and get on the trail in the morning and climb Mount Katahdin. And I don't know if I've said it yet, but my back, after feeling ripped up that one day, was pretty sore yesterday. And then after the 30-something miles that I put up yesterday, felt a lot better last night. Still hurts. Nowhere near as bad. It's hurting pretty good right now, though. After eating all that food, and then I blew my nose, and I think the pressure from blowing the nose made it get tweaked a little bit. So it still bothered me, so some good rest today will be good. But man, it is hot out here, I'm telling you. Whew. It must be 80, 85 degrees. Almost want to climb the mountain right now just so I can cool down. But it's going to be a great rest of the day. It's going to be close to 20 miles by the end of it. And so forth. And so forth, and so forth. But I can't wait to see this beautiful trail. And I'll get my camp set up. It's going to be awesome. Still hasn't quite hit me that I'm here. Sometimes you just got to stop and reflect. Almost 2,200 miles to get to the spot. And soon there's only going to be 5 miles left. I'm so thankful. Where are you going, buddy? I don't know if you can see those hikers up there, but that's neat. And on the rocks, a couple who's doing the AT, they were slack packing in an area that I was walking in. And it's a good thing because all of a sudden my back starts spasming bad. I still haven't been able to get it to stop. I couldn't even lift my backpack. I was trying to get water and it took me like 10 minutes to get down to my knees to get the water. So they were slack packing, so only one of them had a backpack. So on the rocks is actually carrying my backpack for me up here to where I need to get my permit and then back to the campground or campsite that I'm staying at. Oh, it's bad though. Like, I can't lift anything. I can't twist and turn. Every few steps I seize up. It's pretty bad. I've never spasmed like this in my back. So it's not only the pain, but now it's spasming. I'm hoping it's temporary because I just need to get up and over Katahdin tomorrow and it'll be over. But I'm in an immense amount of pain right now, so I gotta get feeling better today first. So as soon as I get to the campsite, I'll set up tent and lay down, and hopefully that'll get me feeling better. Was able to get my backpack on with the help of Neat and walked to the ranger station, got my permit. In the middle of the 2-mile walk right now to the Abol campground. It's still spasming, but the weird thing is if I have this one spot that if I push in on, it doesn't spasm. Unfortunately, it's underneath my backpack. I could do it when I'm not holding the phone. It's very uncomfortable, but it gives me a little hope that laying down tonight and putting some pressure on it and rubbing it and laying flat on it might help it. I don't really know what the heck's going on. I've never had spasms in my back, and this is just like nonstop. It's so weird. I was stuck at a water source, couldn't even get the water. Barely take a step and it hurts and winces me and seizes up, and then other times I could go over a log with no problem. I can't even figure out what's causing it. It hurts so pretty bad. So hopefully it goes away tonight.
So I'm laying here in bed on my air pad, flat on my back. Been trying to do some stretches or something to get it to pop. I think what it is, the vertebrae might be pinching a nerve, but it could be so many other things too. It could be a fracture of the spine, but I never had this problem when I fractured my spine a couple years ago. Not to say it's not going to be the same every single time, because it's going to be different, but I don't really think I've done anything to fracture it. Last time it was vomiting very violently with a lot of weight on my back. I am not having any problems, but I do jar my legs a lot with these rocks and logs, roots, so it could do anything, sneezing fit, anything, but at the end of the day, I could care less what caused it. It's just that it's there, and right now, it's a little better than it was earlier today, but it's still pretty bad. So I'm hoping it heals up overnight, so I could summit Katahdin tomorrow, because I don't want to have to delay it. And I definitely don't want to have to not be able to do it, because right now I can't even grab weight like a backpack to pick up, let alone picking on a rock to pick myself up, or pulling on a rock to pick myself up. So I did do a chin up. I tried to do a chin up to see if it would like pop stuff back in, and because I wasn't twisting or turning or anything, that seemed to be a little bit more manageable. The other thing is if I press in on the spot, it doesn't spasm, and I can like bend down. I can do anything as long as I'm pushing in on it, but I can't obviously push in on it the whole time I'm climbing or with a backpack on. So I don't know. I'm hoping whatever it is gets better overnight, so I could climb up Katahdin and down, and then I don't have to worry about it anymore. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to do everything I can to summit Katahdin tomorrow, because I'm 5 miles away from that summit. 5 miles away from being done. Live life, everyone. I'll see you in the morning.